What is going on, you guys? So today I just want to make a quick video for you talking about how lust is super easy to control. And I know you're like, super easy, man. I don't know. I get it, like if you've been struggling with this for a while, I know that it can be challenging at first. All you really need to do, though, it's very simple, is flip your mindset on this. And I can actually bring in a previous video that I made about habits. And there's a great book called Atomic Habits, and they talk about ways to replace habits that you want to remove from your life. So, for example, we're talking about lust. So, this could go essentially one of two ways, right? It's one way you are constantly engaging in, watching like adult entertainment, or number two, you're actually constantly engaging in short-term casual hookups. Now, I'm gonna, just for the sake of this video, provide an argument that maybe both of those are a little bit unproductive to the man that you want to be, right? You could put your energy into a lot more powerful things to propel your life forward instead of spending tons and tons of time on this. I think it's okay to incorporate, I think it's a good thing to incorporate dating and relationships, like building healthy relationships and making sure you're a healthy person so you attract a healthy girlfriend, right? Or potential like mother material. I do think that tons and tons of like hedonism and the like constant short-term dopamine from like hooking up, all that stuff is really just like not beneficial for you. And I mean, I'm not really gonna get into that in this video. You're giving too much of your energy away to that rather than working on something that's important to you that can maybe help you build the life that you really want. And so, and at the same time, there's so many more positive ways that you could be using that energy anyways. But the term here, it's actually called sexual transmutation. And I believe I got this book, or I got that term from a book called The Way of Men. And I'd heard it before, but basically the concept is like using that energy, like the energy of the lust that you have, and instead of using it on like the hookup or the adult entertainment, you just use it on being creative, right? Like learning a new skill or learning an art or building something really great like a business or helping your family, like actually just going out and doing something productive rather than that, right? Because there's a huge difference between like building a family and then sort of like wasting your time doing that, right? So the reason this is easy to control basically is because it's all a mindset. It's all a mental barrier, mental block. So if you've developed this habit, I know, like it can be a little bit challenging at first because you're used to it. You've wired your brain to be used to that. So my recommendation for you would be to do an atomic habits style replacement. So basically, every time you want to do the habit you want to get rid of, right? Like maybe swiping a bunch on Tinder or whatever it is, or going out to the bar, or you're actually you're like, it looks like you're gonna end up engaging in like a short-term casual hookup, or maybe watching some like adult entertainment. Every time you're gonna do that, replace it with another habit, right? So remind yourself in that moment, like stop yourself beforehand, like, okay, I'm gonna do this and I want to change, so let me grab this other thing, right? Like let me, whatever it is, right? Like let me start working on my business now instead of doing that. Or let's say, watch a productive self-development like YouTube video or something, or podcast, or an audiobook, something that will actually teach you things, not just like whatever, like a fictional movie, right? Or like binging something on Netflix, because that's in the same route of like the short-term dopamine thing. So again, right, find something productive, like taking a walk, working out, podcast, productive book, building your business, learning a skill like sales, or maybe something else, right? Like something that you're interested in. That's the whole thing, right? Because this will really help you make the other choice. Is make it something that you're interested in doing that will help you develop as a person. And so it's like the same concept of, like, let's say you want to stop drinking like alcohol or Coca-Cola or sugary drinks, right? Like, that person, like the hypothetical person, always reaches for the Coca-Cola, right? And if they just start reaching, they know who they want to be in the future, right? And they know they need to kick the habit of the Coca-Cola or the alcohol or whatever. Then that's the strong feeling that they need, the magnet they need to just be like, okay, let me just drink water. Or instead of like eating some pastry or something that you put in your cabinet, like just drinking water in that moment instead, or having like cashews or almonds or something, right? You can just have a handful of that, and it's more satisfying than the muffin or whatever it is. So that's actually the whole point of this, right? Is like, you think about who you want to be, and you have an option that's healthy for you on the other side, and you just swap the habit out. There's not too much else I can say about this, because I know, essentially if you put yourself around the wrong things, like you have the muffin in the house, or you're you open up some adult entertainment or whatever, like you make it difficult for yourself, right? It's just like putting yourself around the wrong people. Like you go to a bar, right, and you're trying to quit alcohol, and all your friends are drinking, and you know how it goes, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is, be really mindful of all of the choices that you're making, the environment that you're putting in, the things that you're putting in your environment, and then the decision in that moment. Do you want to be the old you, or do you want to be the better you? I think that's a good place to end the video. You got this, man.